अस्सलाम वालेकुम, गुड आफ्टरनून। हमारा ये माइक आपने अपने साइज के हिसाब से चूज किया है। I'd like to, before going into the school, I'd like to thank the board, the parents, Excellency, the Ambassador of Malaysia, Excellencies, the representatives from Turkey and I think China who have come here. And this goes to show that their support for us. But before I do that, I need to tell you, kindly, I don't want any noise at the food tables, please. Excuse me? Excuse me? No noise at the food table. You speak a lot, otherwise you don't have to speak now. The chief guest today, Pakistan's Minister for Labour and Human Resources, as well as Pakistan's religious minister, is a humanitarian. I don't have a prepared speech. I never give prepared speeches. I speak from the heart, so you'll have to listen to me from the heart. He is a humanitarian. He is himself now, in the past 4 months, devising a system of evaluating qualifications of Pakistan's skilled classes, as well as Pakistan's medical professionals, so that they are acceptable worldwide, not only in the GCC countries, but in the US and in Canada as well. So thank you, Minister, for doing all this, and it will go a long way. His father, may Allah bless him with a lot of good health, is the one person which you might not know, that Pakistan is the only country in the world which sends the mortal remains of its nationals outside free of cost on PIA, and we have extrapolated that to include airlines other than PIA. My very able community welfare attaché is sitting here. This was done decades ago by his father. His father ensured that Pakistani mortal remains Chaudhry Shujaat Hussain go free of cost to Pakistan. So sir, till the Pakistani community remains, it will always be indebted to your family for doing this. And all, there are so many young people here that do not know the brilliant legacies of our politicians. They are so ignorant that they don't even know that when you ask them what was Muhammad Ali Jinnah's profession, they will say a lawyer or this or that, but they would never say that Muhammad Ali Jinnah was a politician. It's politicians who change countries. It's the civil service that changes countries. But I will also illustrate to them and to you that long after your father found the Consulate General of Barcelona, this I'm going to tell you the negative side of our community, which has hurt the school so much that some of it I can't even express today. So there was this bronze tablet which said that the Consulate General of Barcelona has been opened by, or it originated with Chaudhry Shujaat Hussain, and there was a date. And every successive Consul General for decades was afraid to put that bronze tablet because our civil servants are so weak in their knees that they can't say the truth. Of course, PMLQ was never in power after that. So they were sometimes afraid of the People's Party and mightily afraid of the mighty Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, that if we put the tablet in, what will happen to us? So one day, fed up and in one of my bad moods, I took that bronze tablet and I took the hathoda, whatever it's called. What is it called in English? A hammer. Look, I'm not that good. A sledgehammer. Yes. And I put those nails in, and then I told the community, do whatever you want to do now. And that tablet is now on the Consulate General of Barcelona. It just takes a little bit of courage to take care of the blackmailers and the conspirators, the kutnis of Surah Nas and Surah Falaq. So before I came to Oman, I know that there are kutnis everywhere. The second person I'd like to talk about is Dr. Khadija. Dr. Khadija is sitting here talking to the minister. You know, this school would not have reached this place had it not been for the vision of Dr. Khadija, the vision of the Under Secretary of Education, the vision of the Minister of Education. Because Surah Nas और Surah Falaq की कुटनियों की तरह 5-5 के जत्थे जाते थे इनके पास, telling lies, malicious lies. And she had the great sense to see the truth and the malicious lies. Some of the malicious liars are sitting in this August hall pretending that they don't know anything. Okay, so Dr. Khadija, thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything that you have done. And thank you for seeing the truth. The moment I landed in Oman, the oath-taking ceremony of the Board of Governors was to take place. And suddenly, things started popping in my ear. Don't go, sir. They are not good people. They are wasting too much money, sir. And I suddenly thought, what is the problem? And I went there. And from that day, this association has started. People don't know. I fight with the board. I fight with the senior principal. Let's leave the haircuts for a moment. Let's leave them for. But we come to conclusions for the positivity of the school. So when this board started operationalizing itself, there was a chart here that is showing 300,000 or some reals profit. This profit is here because I have saved the school from the Pakistani community. It's not due to the contributions of the Pakistani community. It's because, except a handful of people who have supported the board and me, I have saved the school from the political, internecine, jhagde, fasad of the Pakistani community, and I have stood like a wall in front of the arrows that they threw at them. The school is here because the Pakistani community is not involved in anything in the past 2 years. I'm sorry, sometimes 2/3, but this was the occasion to say it. There are digital boards. When digital boards came, they started a campaign of digital terrorism. You know, digital terrorism, WhatsApp groups, whispering campaigns, Facebooks, that there had been some sort of corruption in the procurement of the digital boards. The board had to produce so many tons of paperwork and go to see Dr. Khadija and tell her, look, we are okay. For every good step that this board took, the chairman was subjected to digital terrorism. For every good step. When the Cambridge system was introduced, there was another whispering campaign. Oh, the Cambridge system should not take place. What will happen in the meanwhile? And one day I went to the board and I saw them fearing what would happen if the Cambridge system was introduced. And I told them, you introduce the Cambridge system and say the bad ambassador did it. And so the Cambridge system, which they were dithering for 10 years, it was introduced. The day the Cambridge system was introduced, people from other schools started shifting to the Pakistan school. Do you think these figures magically changed themselves? From deficits of 150,000 to a profit of 300,000? Then there were fee matters. There are destitute Pakistanis here. Because the Omani government was forced to close the social club due to the dirt of this community, there was no way to help destitute parents. And again, these are embassy officers sitting here. I told the school that you are not going to waive any fees. Destitute parents should be sent to the embassy and the embassy will pay the fees. And I paid the fees of all destitute parents who could not afford the fees of their children. And it's because of that there is no deficit in the graph of the Pakistan school. So, first they decided to hit the chairman. There were traffic accidents, lies. There were murder cases made by your community against this chairman. I'm live. I'm being heard. So if anybody has any problem, he can come to my office and contest it. When they couldn't do anything to him, they went after me. In every assignment, I have one criminal or two criminals who write emails against me because I do all those things that are not usually done. Here they had a committee writing emails to every officer in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs against me. Malicious propaganda against me. The Chinese ambassador to Oman, that wonderful lady who came here, we were having a board meeting one day, and the rates of furniture from Oman was so much that we couldn't buy it. So one day at a dinner at my home, and she spoke wonderful Arabic, she did not speak much English. I told Amir, kindly, maybe China is a good option to get furniture. We saved the school because of the Chinese ambassador. 60,000 riyals. 60,000 riyals. And you know what the digital terrorists did, some of who are sitting here? They said some hanky-panky had been done. Why was the furniture obtained from China? Why was it not obtained from Oman? And again, the poor administrators and accountants had to make another file of audit. And because they used to go to the Ministry of Education against every good step that happened in the school, and they again went to Dr. Khadija and her colleagues and showed everything. For every little good step, the school board and the administration was made to suffer. उन्होंने हर अच्छे कदम के लिए मुखालफत उठाई. एक यहाँ सिंधी साहब हैं, वो पाकिस्तान पीपल्स पार्टी सिंध के यहाँ के पता नहीं असली नकली कौन से चेयरमैन हैं. मैंने अपने बार्सिलोना के टेन्योर में I had helped a poor girl overcome harassment. So there was a man there who was paid money to make videos against me. And this third-class person started circulating those videos in parents' groups. I forgave him. I made a mistake of forgiving him. Eventually, these malicious people became so bad, and they were dividing the embassy into various groups that I had to stop my officers, to their disbelief, from talking to them. So today is a victory of the right and a defeat of the wrong. हक की जीत और नहूसत की का एंड है ये। और आइंदा आगे भी अगर आप में से अच्छे लोग, फयाज शाह साहब is sitting here, Riaz साहब is sitting here, eminent people like you cannot take a back seat and wave your hands off and say ये तो कम्युनिटी के मामलात हम इनमें नहीं पड़ेंगे। जिस तरह आप अब हर चीज में शामिल हैं, ये एक्सपो इन लोगों की मदद से हो रही है, लेकिन 2 साल के लिए इन्होंने अपने आप को बाहर रखा हर चीज। अच्छे लोग चुप नहीं रह सकते, अच्छे लोगों को एक तरफ स्टैंड लेना पड़ता है। अगर अच्छे लोग स्टैंड ना लें और कंफ्यूजन रखें तो मामला कभी ठीक नहीं होते। गर्दन सामने रखनी पड़ती है। And you would imagine that everybody here would do well for their own children because their children are studying in the schools. But that's not correct. One person launched a fake case, a hotel owner in downtown Muscat, using his son as a bait. Another fake lawyer here used somebody's mother as a bait. They prepared a near psychopath and gave him greedy lalach that we'll make you the new chairman, create some chaos. And I'd like to tell you that the final and the filthiest gambit they did was they took over the mosque in the school. And they used the mosque in the school to destabilize the board. Is there any other depth of deprivation? Can you stoop any lower? So whereas Mr. Amir Hamza praises the Pakistani community, the senior principal, yes, a handful of them. A handful of them stood for the right. Majority of them kept quiet, and 7 or 8 were totally against failing this board, destroying the board, and in turn destroying the school. That is the truth. And I wanted to tell you the truth and to record the truth. And I will face digital terrorism as a result. You can create a storm, but let me tell you, I am the storm. I'll see you. तुम आंधियां लो, मैं आंधी हुई आंधी. I will see you. So, this community must stand up for the right and go against the wrong and stand up and be counted. What are you afraid of? You are eminent residents of Oman. You are protected. There are things that this school must do more. We need good sports coaches because the girls that study in this school can compete at the national level in Oman. If you train your girls cricket team, it can become the champion again for Oman. If you train the boys cricket team, it can win the All Oman Championship. The Oman cricket team, which is doing probably as good if not better than the Pakistan cricket team nowadays, comprises Pakistani boys. I called them, they had never even been recognized by the embassy. So, Amir Hamza Sahab, the wonderful teachers, I request the board to give more increments to the teachers. they are giving a lot of sacrifice. And it's so strange that even the evening shifts are full, the morning shifts are full. There is a backlog of 500, 600 people in every school, in every shift. We are now even thinking of having 3 shifts. Do you think this is descended from the heavens? I don't even want to go into the details of the hijacking of the Salala school. This community was sleeping while the Salala school had been hijacked by criminals, sleeping and dozing off. So, Mr. Minister, thank you. We had wonderful meetings in the morning today with the Labour Minister of Oman, with the Religious Affairs Minister of Oman. Your coming here has added humanity to the school, sir. And I have been so blessed to have spent last night and the morning with him. A man of immense experience, immense humanity. And again, Dr. Sahiba, thank you for understanding. The Oman government, once it realized that the school had turned around, thought that the current board, in its own wisdom, should be given an extension of 2 years. Nobody went to the Oman government, or maybe they did. But who was subjected to digital terrorism? Me. It's the Oman government that decides these things. Pakistan's ambassador does not decide these things. I will continue my fight against the criminals in this community. Make no bones about it. You have been praying for the last 1 year that I am going. I'm still standing in front of you. You can do more hajjs and more umrahs to pray that I go. I will go when my time comes. So, today is a historic day. मैं हमेशा क्योंकि लिख के नहीं लाता तो तल्ख बातें करता हूँ, लेकिन तल्ख बातें इसलिए करता हूँ कि सूरह नाज और सूरह फलक की कुटनियां छोटे छोटे कैफेज में बैठ के झूठ बोलती हैं. झूठ मुझे पसंद नहीं है. व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप्स के अंदर मैं इसलिए गया हूं कि उसमें झूठ बोलने वालों का गरेबान पकड़ो. झूठ नहीं चलेगा. मैंने आपकी एम्बेसी को पाकिस्तान की सबसे इंसानियत भरी एम्बेसी बनाया जो जुमे को भी आपके लिए खुलती है. मुझे किसी का डर नहीं है. Before I leave, there are so many I should thank, but I should recognize 2 people. In the front row, there's Jah Siddiqui sahab. Is he sitting here somewhere? One chairman is sitting here. Is Javed here somewhere? Javed sahab. Irrespective of groups, these 2 former chairmen have done immense good to the Pakistan school. So if I make complaints about the community, they have given their life, blood, hours of sleep. They've built hostels, they've built good things. So I salute both of you. The rest, I don't know. 2 people I can recognize. Thank you for listening to me. But in Pakistan as well as abroad, it's time we started speaking the truth. No parent will be allowed to go knock on the classroom's doors when classes are being taught. You will not go roaming around like the badmashes of Lahore inside the school campus. You come, drop your child, you come, pick up your child. Period. If you have suggestions, send an email. Digital blackmail will be countered with digital blackmail. Thank you all very much. And indeed, it's a historic day in the history of Pakistan schools. And thank you, Doc. Thank you, because nobody knows more than me how much you have endured to bring the school to this stage. Thank you very much.